Okay, another example of sealed bids here. That's the method right here, sealed bids, method we're using. So the first step is each item goes to the highest bidder. So that's the first step. So who bid the highest? Let's start here with the motorcycle. So who bid the highest for the motorcycle? Carla. Carla bid the highest. Who, oh, by the way, I should say this is an inheritance. 3 children, Abby, Ben, and Carla, are dividing 4 vehicles. So how do you fairly divide 4 vehicles among 3 people? Well, this is the method of sealed bids. Notice these are in thousands of dollars. So who gets the car now? Who bid the highest for the car? Ben did. So Ben gets the car, right? Each item goes to the highest bidder. How about the tractor? Who bid the highest for the tractor? Ben did. He bid $6,000 for the tractor. And finally, who bid the highest for the boat? Abby did. She bid $7,000 for the boat. Okay, so there we go. There's the bids for the various people. And so they will get those items, but now we got to figure out how the money flows. So let's go on down, and we'll do that down here. I made the table a little bigger so we can work it out. All right, so let's start with the total. So you begin by just totaling these. Now, this is where we should go ahead and make these into thousands. Just to add 3 zeros to the back of each number, because these are really thousands. That's what it said in the words. And now that we're dealing with the money, I need to have the actual numbers. So just add 3 zeros, a comma and 3 zeros to the back of all of them. Total, let's add them up. What's that going to be? $26,000. So it's 22, 28, 20, 33. $1,000. And what's the total of all Carla's bids? $29,000. So there's the total of their bids. Now we're going to next form the fair share. And so if you take the total divided by 3, because there's 3 people, right? So this should be fair. It'll be fair if we divide up all this stuff evenly among 3 people. So the total divided by 3 will be the fair share for each of these people. So what's a fair share? So I'm going to take the total of all Abby's bids, and I'm going to divide it by 3. So, and I'm going to need to round to the nearest dollar. I'm getting, so for that I'm getting 8,666. Actually, I'll round that to 667. In fact, actually, why don't I just round to the penny? 0.67. There we go, rounded to the penny. Next, I'm going to take the total of all Ben's bids and divide by 3, because there's 3 people, make it a fair share. That one's easy. I don't need a calculator. This is 11,000, right? 33 divided by 3. And next, same thing for Carla. The total of all Carla's bids divided by 3 to make it a fair share. And I'm getting, for Carla, 9,666.67. That would be a fair share for Carla. So I just figured out a fair share. We've got the numbers now, which is a fair share for each of those people. So now we've got to come down and figure out the initial, whoops, let me back up there a little bit, the initial allocation. The initial, like at first, how much money do they get? So, and stuff. How much money and stuff do they get? Bring these down. Okay, so the initial allocation, let's think about let's remember who got what stuff. In fact, I need to go back up to see it. Let's see. Carla got the motorcycle, and then Ben the 2 middle, and then Abby the boat. So Carla got this, and then the 2 in the middle, and Abby the boat. Right? I did that right? Yeah. All right. So that's how it went. So that means, circle this a little better. fact, why don't I should just highlight it. Whoops. I'm having some technical difficulties now. 2, 3, and there we go. That item, that item, that item, and that item. That's who won the bids for the various items. Okay. So let's make it happen here. So it looks like the initial allocation. What's the story with Abby? Her fair share is $8,666.67. That's what she should get as a fair share, and she was given the boat, $7,000 boat. So she was given a $7,000 boat. And the fair share, the fair amount she should receive is $8,666.67. So what do we have to do? We have to subtract, right? We have to subtract. So if we subtract from the fair share amount, we get what? $1,666.67. She gets that much more money, doesn't she? Because that'll make it fair. She was given the boat, which she believes is worth $7,000. That was her bid. And that doesn't totally make up her whole fair share amount. She also needs to be given $1,666.67, and that'll make a total fair share for her of $8,666.67. So Abby gets the boat, and she gets some cash. Let's go fill in those numbers. So coming up to, oh no, they just want final. So we're not ready yet. Keep on going. So that's just the initial allocation. We're not to the final yet. We have to do the other people. We can't just keep going Abby. Now we have to do the others. So for the next person, B, Ben was given, notice, the $11,000 car and the $6,000 tractor, which is $17,000 worth of stuff. His fair share number is $11,000. He should only get $11,000 worth of stuff. That's a fair share for him. He was given $17,000 worth of stuff. So you know what we have to do? We have to subtract the $11,000 because he was given too much, wasn't he? He was given both the car and the tractor, right, totaling $17,000, and his fair share is only $11,000. So subtracting those, we get $6,000 that he has to pay back, because he was given too much stuff. He has to return $6,000. He gets the car and the tractor, but they total $15,000 or $17,000, which is more than his fair share. So subtract. He's got to pay back $6,000. Finally, Carla over here. What did Carla get? She got the motorcycle, $12,000 motorcycle. So she was given the motorcycle, which she said was worth $12,000. What's her fair share? Her fair share is right here. So I'm going to have to subtract that, aren't I? Going to have to subtract $9,666.67 because she was given too much, right? She was given the motorcycle, which is worth more than her fair share. So she's going to have to pay back some money. What's the difference there? $2,333.33. She's going to have to pay that back because the motorcycle was more than her fair share. She was given too much, so she has to pay that back. All right, there's the end of the initial allocation. Now we need to calculate the surplus. The surplus is the extra money in the estate. How do you figure the surplus? It's always the total paid minus the total given out. So the total amount of money paid into the estate minus the total money given out from the estate. So what's the total money paid into the estate? Well, it looks like this was paid and this was paid. So $6,000 was paid by Ben and $2,333.33 was paid by Carla. Add that up, $8,333.33. That's the total paid minus what total was given? Right there, $1,666.67 was given to Abby. So if you subtract those, let me see. I'm getting 6666.66. This is the surplus. This is what's left over. This is the extra money. Because 8,000 was paid into the account total, 8,333.33, and 1,666.67 was given out. That leaves 6,666.66 surplus, extra money in the account. And then what do you do with that surplus? You take the surplus and you divide it equally among the people. That's 3 people. So I'm going to take that 6,666.66 and divide it equally among the 3 people, which comes out to be 2,222.22 for each person, right? Each person given for each person, given back, because that's extra money. The surplus is the extra money that was in the estate. So we divided among by 3, because there's 3 people. That's 2,222.22 given back for each person. Okay. So now we're ready to do the final allocation. So, all right. So let's do it. Final allocation. So when all is said and done, how does it wrap up? Well, you go up here to what they originally got. So Abby, let's bring this down to there. Abby gets 1,666.67 out of the first allocation, right? That's what she got initially, the initial allocation. She gets that amount of money. And now she gets another. She also gets back from the surplus 2,222.22. That's given back. So add those together, because they're both the initial money given to her plus the extra money given to her totals 3,888.89. That's the total amount of money given to Abby. Because there's the money from the first allocation, the 1,666.67, and then the money that everybody gets back, the extra money, the surplus. So altogether, she's given 3,888.89. I think they want us to round that to the nearest dollar, so that'd be $3,889, right? $88.89 rounds to 3,889. So let's go up here. And what did Abby get? She got the boat too. So in the end, what's the final story for Abby? She gets the boat, and she gets 3,889. So Abby gets the boat, and she gets $3,889 to the nearest dollar. Be careful, because the original amounts were thousands, right? So to the nearest dollar, give your answer to the nearest dollar. There's what she gets. She gets the boat, and she gets 3,889 in the deal. Let's figure out the other two, because on the test I might ask you for the part B or part C, Ben or Carla. Let's figure them out. So what about Ben? What's Ben's final allocation? So the initial, again, you take the initial allocation. Ben is paying. Ben had to pay $6,000. But then he gets, right here, he gets back 2,222.22. So what happens if you pay a bunch of money, right? You pay 6,000, then you get back 2,222. We got to subtract those, don't we? So if we subtract those, I'm getting 3,777.78 rounded to the nearest dollar, 3,778. And what is that money? That's money he pays, because he pays more than he gets back, doesn't he? So Ben still has to pay. He pays $6,000, gets $2,000 whatever back. So in the end, he pays $3,778. And plus Ben got some stuff. He got the car and the tractor. Finally, Carla. So let's do Carla. So her initial allocation right here. I grab this. She paid. Bring it down here. Carla paid initially $2,333.33. That's what Carla paid in the initial allocation. But then Carla gets back this. Gets back $2,222.22. So she paid a bunch of money, but then she gets most of it back, right? So we just subtract those. She pays $2,300 something, but gets back $2,200 something. So she's only going to pay a little bit. Looks like 11111. So round that to the nearest dollar. $111 Carla pays. So she only pays a little bit in the end. She pays $111 because she paid in the initial allocation up here, $233.33, but got most of it back because of the surplus extra money. So in the end, she only pays $111, and of course she got the motorcycle. So she almost got the motorcycle for free. She got the motorcycle, but had to pay a little bit, $111, to make it all fair. So there it is. There's the final allocation for everybody in this sealed bid.